Welcome, everyone, to the Week 8 series of Just Saying Football with Jack and Sean. I'm your host, Sean Gann, alongside my partner, Jack McNicholas. We're here to give you news, notes, weekly updates, and game analysis of your favorite teams from around the league. If you had not had the chance, go check out our website at justsayingfootball.com and follow us on Instagram for article and news updates at Just Saying No GWJS. Thursday Night Football kicks off today. We got a great matchup of the NFC South, where the Atlanta Falcons take on the Panthers. The Panthers got the best of them in their week 3 matchup, something like that, very early on in the season, week 5, whatever it was. They dominated them that week. They're looking to do the same again this week. Jack, take us through that.
Well, it's a typical Thursday night divisional matchup, and we have two teams here that are on different wavelengths. Atlanta is just looking for a win. They are 1-6 right now. Devastating comeback last week. They allowed to Detroit after Todd Gurley accidentally scored and allowed for the amount of time for the Lions to come back. Carolina last week, they were not able to come up with the victory, but they were able to keep it really close with the Saints. I'm looking for a big Teddy Bridgewater game against this secondary of Atlanta.
Absolutely. I think that Teddy Bridgewater is looking to light them up using Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. Anderson's having a great season with the Panthers. That was a great free agent signing, arguably maybe one of the best that works well for a team. Yeah. He's coming into the season, 46 receptions, 640 yards, only has 1 touchdown so far this year. Got to ask you, Jack, is he going to get a touchdown this week up against a pretty weak Falcons secondary, or is it going to be the DJ Moore show again, and he's going to be seeing those touchdowns?
Well, DJ Moore is definitely more of a goal line threat, and Robbie Anderson is more of a stretch the field kind of player to me. With that, it comes with the fact that Robbie Anderson, we've seen him with the Jets get those big, long touchdowns late in the game. I think if Carolina is able to take advantage of this, he does get that touchdown this week. I think that DJ Moore, Ian Thomas are seeing a lot of targets inside the 20. I'm looking for a big game out of Anderson. They're going to be able to use him in a lot of different ways. As you mentioned, he's going off this year. Right now, he's second in the league with total receiving yards. He's been an absolute stud for them. He looks great in this offense. But DJ Moore as well, I always expect him to have a good week. He's third on the team in catches, but he is second on the team in yards, which does have a lot of big play ability for him. He also has 3 of Teddy Bridgewater's 8 touchdowns on the year. And I'm looking for Teddy Bridgewater to have a big game this week. He hasn't had a game this year where he's thrown for more than 3 touchdowns. He only has 2 games where he's thrown for over 300 yards. I think this is a great opportunity for him to take advantage here.
Absolutely. I think you're 100% right. And just to harp on Anderson a little bit more, 6 of 7 games with more than 70 yards. And all 7 of his games, he has at least 4 receptions. He's having a very, very good season. Seems to be working really, really well with Teddy Bridgewater. I think on the flip, Matt Ryan's looking to kind of do the same with Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. They've seen to have found their passing rhythm all together as a unit. And I think they're looking to continue to throw the ball well. I mean, Ridley's having a great season, 4 receptions, 615 yards, 6 touchdowns so far through the opening 7 weeks. I bet he's looking to add on 1 or 2 tonight. Julio Jones, a little bit less in the yards department, only 447 on 31 receptions and 2 touchdowns, but still finally beginning to find the rhythm that Julio Jones does and dominates in. And I also think let's look out for Hayden Hurst this week. I feel like he's an under-the-radar tight end, really athletic, and stretch the ball down the field. I think Matt Ryan's going to be looking to throw as many times as he can going deep. Upsetting how they lost last week when he told them right in the puddle right before the play, which is just don't score, just don't score. So I think they're going to be looking to pass the ball a little bit more to keep control of that clock as best they can.
Definitely. They're going to have to be a lot more disciplined this week. I mean, I know that their coach got fired, but Matt Ryan has been in the league long enough where he knows to make that call. He was smart enough to tell Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley was so close. And we've seen situations where the game pans out for people when they accidentally score, their defense comes up. But that was not the case last week against the Lions. They cannot trust this defense to go into the last quarter, the last 2 minutes behind. What I really want to see here is the fact that it's just the fact that when they're going to have to throw Atlanta this week, they're going to have to deal with Jeremy Chin, a very under the radar player. He's a second round, first year safety this year. And he is second on the team in tackles. He has actually been a force in the secondary, alongside Dante Jackson, who may not play this week. And, if he does, look out. These 2 guys are going to try to stop Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones from going deep on them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think on the flip, when you're looking at the Falcons defense, then Deion Jones is going to be a key part to this
Yeah.
success for the Falcons win. If they're going to win tonight, he has to look out for Mike Davis coming out of the backfield on the run plays, but more importantly, the pass plays. The Panthers love to do dump offs to their running backs. They did a lot when Christian McCaffrey was healthy over the last couple of years, and they've been doing the exact same thing with Mike Davis, who's been able to pick up the slack for him so far this year. When they played last week, Davis had 16 carries for 89 yards. He looked really, really effective in the run game. And on the flip, he had 9 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. So if you're the Falcons and you're Deion Jones, you have to control Mike Davis today.
Yeah.
Mike Davis allowed them to move the ball really easily against them. You got to keep up with him. Don't let him get 9 receptions again. You got to try to contain him as best that you can if you're going to be this Falcons defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Deion Jones is a playmaker. You know, this year he has had some plays in man coverage where he has allowed a lot of big plays, and he is supposed to contain the running backs, the tight ends, make sure those short plays do not see the light of day. With that, like I said, it's going to be on Atlanta to be fully disciplined this week. But after last week, when I see teams do what they did last week where they make a mistake, they usually rectify it the next week. And they've played Carolina already. They have film on them. They know how they play. I think that they're going to try to be more disciplined this week, and I think that they actually pull out this win in Carolina.
Yeah, I want to say it's the Falcons because of that, but I'm going to lean with the Panthers. I like what the defense has done. The Falcons defense has really struggled this year. 26th in points allowed, 29th in yards per game. Their defense isn't ranked the best. They allow the 6th best in rushing yards. That's something that's a bright spot. But they're a beatable defense. The Panthers on the flip, a little bit more of the middle pack. They range from 14 to 20s on their defensive rankings. And so I'm gonna rely a little bit more on what the Panthers defense can do to get the win, especially at home. Yeah. I think they're going to be very comfortable. Like you said, these teams have played each other. They know what they like to do. They've played each other this year. It's going to be a good matchup no matter what. Any divisional matchup is a really, really good one. But I think the Panthers are going to get the win at home. They know they want to stay in this with the Saints and the Buccaneers playing pretty well. Yeah. They got to get this win to get back to 500.
Yeah, 3-4, they got to get back to 500, and they got to get it done. All right, you're going with the Panthers. I'm going with the Falcons.
But before we sign off, I got one question for you.
Let's do it.
Does Julio Jones get traded for the November 3rd deadline? A lot of rumors are that he might be. He still garners a lot of respect in the league.
Yeah.
Do the Falcons move on from him this season?
I think that this season, that's a great question. The trade deadline is coming up really quick. We got 6 days. This could be, the last game on the short week. People were saying Matt Ryan could get traded, but that would be a cap hit that they couldn't take. Julio Jones, they could move and put him in a situation to go play for a winner. And, he's put a decade into that city. I think that they would respect it and it would be mutual, but it could happen. Take a look out for it.
You think it's contingent on a win tonight? If they win tonight, he stays. If they lose, drop to 1-7.
I think if they drop to 1-7, he will want an opportunity this year. He's in his 30s and he's been to a Super Bowl, but he hasn't won one. He's going to go want the chance. And any quarterback in the league would be lucky to have Julio Jones.
Yeah, really, really anyone. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I got the Panthers. Jack has the Falcons. Thank you.
Thank you. Like and subscribe on YouTube, Just Saying Football, justsayingfootball.com, and follow us on Instagram for all the updates. Just Saying No GWJS. Have a good night and enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.